So guys, let me tell you the story of how Asurion broke my Cintiq tablet. Now I know you guys have seen my posts, my videos. I put photos on social media showing the damage that they cause and the cracks in the screens, and I've seen people in the comments already asking, well, what happened? So I'm here displaying you a thorough video of everything that's happened prior to this incident and where we are right now. So I'll give you guys updates prior to this tablet. So let's go right back to the month of June. So during that month, I was at home working on my tablet, working on projects, and I noticed that my Cintiq was having fan noises. So over the course of days, there'd be some days where it's making like, you know, very low sounds, like as if the fan is not on. Each and every day, you know, the fan was not working properly, and I noticed that the screen was overheating at times. So it got to a point where I need to get replaced, and I need to figure out how to repair it. So on June 27th, I made a claim with Asurion. We went to them to make a claim so that they could repair the Cintiq tablet and fix that fan noise that's going on with my tablet. And just want to make it clear as well, this is a Wacom Cintiq Pro 24 touchscreen, not the regular one. This is, the model number is DTH2420K. That is the one with the multi-touch screen. Just want to clarify so people know exactly which tablet I'm talking about. As I was making the claim with Asurion, they asked me to take photos of the tablet before I send it over to them to repair it, and I'm going to show it on the screen as well. As you can see, this is the front and the back of the tablet. No physical damage. No cracks, no screens, you know, demolished, no dents, none of that. You see, it's perfectly fine. The screen works perfectly. It's just we have the fan noise we need to resolve. They just have to go in the back and replace the fan. So that was how the tablet was before I sent them over to repairs. Prior to making the claim, I called Wacom to also discuss this fan issue and to see if it was repairable. And they notified me, say yes, it is repairable, and they were willing to repair it. And they said that in order to send it over to get the cost for the labor, for the return, it was $375 plus tax to cover the cost for everything. And even though I had this tablet for a long time, so it was considered non-warranty repair, but they were willing to do everything with that cost. And so I went back to Asurion to ask them if they can reimburse for Wacom to do the repairs minus the $100 deductible. They said no. They advised us to go to Ubreak iFix so that they can do the repairs, because that's their company. So as we were doing that, I disclosed Wacom and I went to Ubreak iFix. I got the pictures. I showed them where the fan was located and how the noise it was making. So I dropped it off on that same day. I made the claim June 27th, and they were going to do diagnostics and repairs. Okay, so as time goes by, on July 3rd, I received 2 emails. One on the June 27th, giving me updates on the repairs, that the repairs were in progress. And I got another email on July 4th saying that there was a delay with the repairs, but they're still working on it at that store. So then on July 4th, I got a phone call from Ubreak iFix stating that they couldn't find any parts to resolve the fan issue. So then they said that they were going to ship it to one of Asurion's repair depot so that they could either repair it or they can reimburse me for a new one. And so I got the confirmation on July 7th that the tablet was shipped to Asurion for repairs. And so, again, just waiting to hear back from updates. On July 10th, I received an email from one of the supervisors of Asurion. They were stating that the item was not covered under their plan, and they're going to return it to us. And so they dispute the claim, and they were going to ship it back to us the way that we sent them. So I said, okay, if that's the case, and also too, they're going to refund the deductible that I sent them, the $100 deductible for the repairs. So I said, okay, that's fine. We'll just go ahead. Once we get it right back to us, we'll go ahead and go right to Wacom, send them the $375 plus tax, and they'll fix it themselves. So we waited until July 16th. We received the tablet from UPS, and the way they shipped it, it was like a big box. Like it was big enough, like the size of a Christmas tree. And inside was the tablet. And so I said, okay, here's the tablet. So then I went to open the box, and I noticed that My tablet was not properly shipped. It was not. They didn't handle it better, because when I opened the box, I noticed my tablet was literally covered in a single sheet of bubble wrap. It was not covered. The tablet was not covered completely in that single wrap. And when I pulled out the tablet, the thing was completely shattered. Like, I'm talking, the screen, like one side of the screen was literally like busted. Like the crack, like it's literally cracked inside where I could see the inside of the piece. Like it was completely shattered. And then you see parts of the plastic missing, the dent, the back on the back side of the tablet, the back piece is dented and cracked. Like, they literally completely demolished it to the point where I can't even send it to Wacom to repair, because that was the plan. My plan was send it to Wacom, have them fix it the way it should be. When I sent it to Asurion, it was completely fine. There was no damage, no crack, no screens. But yet, when I got back from Asurion, it was broken. So I called Asurion once more. I sent the email to them on July the 16th, and I showed them everything. I gave them the whole spiel about the claim, about what happened. I showed them the damages of the tablet, and I requested them to replace the item, because, it was their fault. They did not ship it properly. It's beyond repair. I only sent them to repair the fan, and it looks like when it came back, the screen needs fixing too. Like, it's beyond repair. I can't use it anymore. Like, it's completely broken. And so I told them how much it was to cost, and I told them exactly what it was. The Cintiq Pro 24 touch, and for that tablet, the replacement cost was going to be $26.99.95 plus tax. So I sent them over to Asurion. I told them, explain everything. Then, as we're waiting, the next week, I got 2 phone calls with buyout offers from Asurion, and one of them said, well, we'll offer you $13.20 for the tablet, and another one said, well, we'll offer $17.95 for the tablet. I have a problem with that, because they claim that these amounts were fair value, because I asked them how did they determine these values, and they told me it was fair value, and the reason I had this issue with it is that because they are solely responsible for destroying the tablet. Like I showed you, the way they wrapped the thing, the way they shipped it, I don't know if it was damaged beforehand or afterwards when Uber got fixed, sent it to Asurion, or if Asurion packed it afterwards. I don't know, because I asked them prior what happened. Was it damaged when it got there? They didn't really give me an explanation. They didn't really say what happened. They just told me it's out of the claim. We can't fix this beyond repair. So I have no idea when it was broken prior. But when I got it back home, you see it's already damaged. So I didn't accept both of those offers, because again, I put them responsible for sending to me a broken tablet. So on August 1st, I got a phone call from the corporate supervisor for Asurion. And around this time, my family was helping me out trying to get this resolved, because this has been going on for over a month now. And, they're not taking accountability for what they've done. So I got a phone call with the supervisor, and so the supervisor notified me that here's their offer. This is their one final offer. Is that they said the maximum offer that they can allow under their policy was that they can only give me $2,000 to replace the tablet. The problem is the tablet is $2,800, which means I got to pay out of pocket on top of what they're giving me, when they are solely responsible for the poor shipping and handling. They're 100% responsible for sending me back to the tablet completely shattered. And I explained to her, it's not going to work. You guys need to replace this tablet, because this is past the claim, past everything. You guys are solely responsible for shipping it back to me. You guys didn't do a good job shipping it back the way I gave it back to when I gave it to you guys at the beginning. So you need to fix it, because now it's beyond repair. As we were talking, I told her that she refuted my claim and stated that, well, there's a depreciation value, because it's old. It's just, I had it for a long time, and so that's why she gave me $2,000, because if you look under there, it's depreciated. That doesn't apply to the tablet, because not only did you refute my claim because you couldn't fix the fan, but it was in perfect physical condition when I sent it over to Asurion. And the fact that you guys did not ship it properly, you gave me a single sheet of bubble wrap to cover just like 1/3 of a tablet. The whole thing was not completely covered. There was no cushion. There was no no filling, so that the tablet won't be bouncing around while it's in shipping, because that's what the mailers do. Unless you tell them exactly, hey, this is fragile. Do not ship it with care. And you don't ship it properly, then they're going to do what they're going to do, and the thing's going to be demolished. And that's what happened. When I got it shipped from UPS, it was completely shattered, dented, cracked. Like, it's beyond repair. I cannot fix it. I cannot use it. And even when I go to Wacom to repair it, they're telling me, no, you got to get a new one because it's beyond repair. So there's no point giving me the depreciation value, because why? You guys did not send it to me the way I send it back to you guys. And also, too, no one has the right to completely destroy another person's property, whether if it's accidental, whether it's incidental, and then you try to offer me a lower rate just because of its depreciation value. I will not accept that. So I told her that's completely unacceptable. They need to pay for the tablet altogether. So as we were talking and debating, then she argued about the actual cost for the tablets, because she claimed that if you go to Amazon, the tablet I'm looking for is actually $18.99, and $2 should be enough to cover that. What she didn't know was that there's actually two tablets. There's two models. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the actual model number, the difference between what I have and what the one she's looking at, I have the touchscreen. So I verified to her that's not the right one. You're looking at the base model. I have the touchscreen one, which costs more. So it's not $2,000. It's not $18.99. It's $26.99.95. So that's what I told her. And so when I said that, of course, she couldn't really debate to that, but she kept saying, well, it's under the policy. We can't cover it. It's $2,000 policy limit. But at this point, we wasn't getting anywhere. And so at this point, I just hanged up the phone. I told her, well, we just going to have to resolve this in another way. So at the end of the day, the conclusion I make is that whether the item was under the policy, it was covered or wasn't covered, I sent you a tablet with no physical damage. The only thing I sent you the tablet to Asurion was to fix the fan noise. So there was no physical damage when I sent it to them back in June. And when I got it back in July, why is it cracked? Why is it shattered? So you returned it to me severely damaged and beyond repair. You guys are solely responsible for the way you shipped it to me. There's no reason why you guys can't fix that. There's no reason why you can't replace it fully, because I'm not responsible for it. You see what it looks before. You don't see no cracks, no dents, no nothing. And when I got it back home, there's literally plastic pieces missing on the tablet. So that tells me one or two things. Either it wasn't shipped properly, someone mishandled it while they were at the return depot. I don't know. I don't have a clear answer of what happened, and they won't give me a clear answer. But the fact remains is that I sent it to you one way, and you gave it to me another way. So as a result, the corporate supervisor did not, she couldn't give me another offer. So at this point, I said I'm just gonna, go another way. So me and my family we're sending an arbitration to Asurion, and we're going to file a claim with the Better Business Bureau to recover the costs. And we're in the process of talking with our lawyers. So we're going to send this over to court. Again, all this could have been avoided if they just understand that they were solely responsible. But the fact that they don't want to pay for the full price, now we got to take it to court. So thank y'all so much for your love and support. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on social media, email, so forth. So I'll let you guys know where we are concerning the tablet. So thank y'all once again. Peace.